So, Sarah, we were just talking, planning actually,
Yeah.
some corporate modules for helping businesses prosper. And we got on the topic of the work-life balance,
Hmm.
which I feel has been a buzzword for like a couple of decades now.
At least,
Yeah,
absolutely, that constant something people are constantly striving towards, isn't it?
yeah, like,
Absolutely.
has anyone achieved it yet? I wonder. They might
Not
feel better.
not on this end.
So, I was saying to you, which is why I've decided to set record, is that, well, it's just a load of nonsense, really, isn't it? Because it just kind of feels like to me a phrase that has been handed down
Yeah.
and learned, and it's thrown out there because people don't feel that they can do everything. They
No,
can't
absolutely.
be,
It's just
uh,
another pressure, isn't it? Thinking
yeah,
that I've got to have that balance in my life. Whereas
yeah,
actually, for a lot of people, we have to work. We have to work long hours. So much of it is actually taken out of our hands.
yeah. And it feels like a big goal that everyone's got.
Yeah,
I must achieve this work-life balance.
absolutely.
And you were saying then you haven't got it yet.
No, absolutely
No.
not. Yeah.
So tell me about how what you feel about your work-life balance.
Well, I think, when you've got kids, I'm constantly thinking, should I be doing something on my business when I'm with my kids? When I'm in my business, I'm thinking, should I be doing something with my kids? So
Yeah,
it's impossible to, think, yes, I've got an absolute balance. Yes, I've completely done this. I've spent as much time as I possibly should do or could do with the kids, and I've given as much time as I can to my business because I don't think there is a correct balance. I think you
yeah,
are fighting for something that is absolutely unachievable,
yeah,
which is why, as we were talking and while we start to hit record, it's the fact that if we can find joy in our personal life and in our work life, then we don't need to find that balance
yeah,
because we're happy and we're contented
yeah,
and we're fulfilled by our entire life. So we don't have to constantly think, I need so many days or so many hours with the family and so many hours, so many days working. We just enjoy whatever we're doing.
yeah. I love that. Finding the joy in all those moments every day. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's possible, isn't it? Because we know
yeah,
in our work as solution focused therapists, well, something we get across to clients is even on the worst day possible, there will be something that has made you smile, even if it's just the sun came out and it felt really
yeah,
nice, or I had a hot cup of coffee, or I got my parking space that I really like. That's one I quite often
yeah,
use because the joy I feel when I get a parking space that I actually
yeah,
like. It makes a difference. And so yeah, finding joy in all those little things, and then it makes it easier to find joy in the bigger things as well.
yeah. So we know the science behind that.
We do.
Yeah. So what would you be telling your clients about finding those little moments of joy in the everyday?
Oh, well, should we get a little bit technical? It's a reticular activating system. So what we have in our brain is when we are, oh, let's start again. When we're stressed and when we're overwhelmed, it's like we have these blinkers up because our brain wants to keep us safe. And in order for us to keep us safe, it thinks that it needs to think about things in the worst possible case scenario. So it's always going to look for all the negative things because that's what it thinks that it needs to do in order to keep us safe. However, when we kind of empty our stress bucket and when we start to feel safe and secure, we can look for the positive things. And so by doing that, just starting small and just looking for two or three really good positive things each day, it encourages our reticular activating system to look for more and more and more of those good things. So actually, I've had clients come before and they've really struggled, especially if they've come to me because they're stressed and overwhelmed, and I'm asking them what's been good, and they're like, "For the love of God, I've come to see you because everything is not good."
Yeah,
And getting quite cross with me. But within like 2 or 3 weeks, just because they've started looking for the really small things,
yeah,
they suddenly come and they've got like loads of notes of things that they've noticed that have been good because they're actually looking for it.
yeah. And so it's a bit like a Google search, isn't it? Like if you,
Oh, I love that analogy. Yeah.
it's in one of my books. I can't remember. If you Google the problem,
Yeah.
you will just be presented with a world of all the problems related to that and then some. Whereas
Absolutely.
if you search for the positive or the solution, that
Yeah.
is what will come forward. So it's
Yeah.
all out there, but
Oh,
what we
absolutely.
pay attention to has a
Yeah.
massive impact on how
Completely.
we perceive the world, how we experience the world, but ultimately what chemicals are released in our brains. So we know that our brains can't tell the difference between reality and imagination. So whatever we're thinking about will release the chemicals according to that. So if you think about the worst case scenario or what's going wrong, the stress hormones will be released. You'll be living on cortisol.
Yeah, which
You
is not
know,
a fun place to be. Let's
not a
be
fun
honest.
place to be.
No.
But if you focus on the positives, or even if you like think about some happy memories, your brain will respond as if that's actually happening right now.
Yeah.
And you'll get some lovely positive neurotransmitters or happy hormones.
Completely. Something I love actually when my clients are talking about like what's been good in their week since I've seen them last, the smile that comes over their faces when
Yeah,
because they're taken back there, aren't they?
yeah,
You know, and like you say that they're getting that flood of those positive neurotransmitters coming through their brain, and it automatically makes them feel better just remembering those good things that have happened to them.
yeah. So, work-life balance.
Yeah, where we started.
I think what we're saying is it's kind of become a big goal that everyone has.
Yeah.
And we're all aiming to have this wonderful work-life balance. Like it actually exists for everyone in every possible situation.
Yeah.
But that might be nonsense for some
I think that's a
people.
very polite way of putting it, Rachel.
That wasn't the original word I had
It
in
was.
mind.
No,
I
and I
changed
think
it.
it gives. I think if people are striving for this work-life balance, that in itself is just another added pressure.
Isn't it?
Thinking, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, as we
So
say,
what if you, so you're kind of setting yourself up to fail, aren't you?
100%.
You know, you're starting off like, I've got this big goal. And when we're working with clients, if they come with a big goal, break it right down to make
Absolutely.
achievable goals so that
Yeah,
when they achieve those teeny tiny goals, they
yeah,
build the foundations for where they want to be. They
exactly.
release those positive neurotransmitters that
Yeah,
help build that motivation and drive
yeah, and confidence as
and
well. I think if you
confidence.
can achieve the
Yeah,
small things, and you realize what you can achieve, and so the
yeah,
next step feels a lot more manageable.
yeah. Regaining that control and confidence, like what a beautiful feeling.
It is, isn't
Love that.
it?
So as you set those small goals that are are totally achievable, but also
Yeah,
something that will be enjoyed. It's like a
yeah,
win-win-win-win-win.
exactly. Who's not going to want that? Genuinely,
No one.
no,
And if
not.
someone comes up with that goal themselves, they're more likely to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
They achieve that
No.
goal,
Mhm.
but then, well, they might be motivated to do something else. Who knows?
Exactly. And it's interesting as well, isn't it? We think we've got this big goal in mind, but actually, when we set out on the journey, because we're taking those smaller steps to achieve it, actually, we might decide that that's not exactly where we want to end up anyway.
Yeah,
But because we're in that intellectual part of our brain that's got control, we can go, actually, no, that maybe we'll go off in kind of like this direction as well. But it just, like you say, having that control and that confidence in what we can achieve really makes a difference.
and a flexible mindset. If things
Absolutely.
don't go to plan, that's all right. We'll go
Yeah,
with the flow.
yeah, absolutely.
Who knows what amazing things that change is going to lead on to?
Definitely. And how lovely is that having that kind of not exactly knowing what's going to happen, but knowing like ultimately what you want to achieve, but maybe, just having that and not being sure exactly how you're going to get there. Actually, that makes life a bit exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Like, how are my bills going to be paid?
Yeah,
And
maybe not
where's
that
that money
exciting.
coming from? Exciting. I just hope no one dies for me to get that amount of
Actually,
money.
looking on the positives here.
See how easy it is to like
Exactly,
go problem
exactly.
focused. Even the pros. get lured into that trap.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah. Anyway, Eric's come to
Oh,
give me some love.
there's no
I don't
horses
want it.
driving past then.
Okay, so what are we saying? Work-life balance, an unachievable goal potentially for many. So
Yeah,
let's scrap that whole motion.
absolutely. And just be happy, finding the joy in work and life.
Yeah,
So that, yeah, that doesn't have to be separate.
yeah. So we're not chasing happiness.
No.
We're
Happiness.
finding the joy in the everyday.
Yeah. I do think though, for some people that can sound really like, well, it's all right for you. You enjoy what you do if
Yeah,
they're stuck in a job that they absolutely hate. But I think that's where it's really important where you do start small. So even if it is a
yeah,
job that, if you are stuck in a job that you absolutely hate, it's recognizing that, it's something you don't enjoy. And if there is nothing, if there literally is nothing you can find in your day-to-day job that you enjoy, that motivates you, that, makes you wake up in the morning and think, yeah, I'm looking forward to going to work, then maybe it's like looking at your options, thinking,
yeah.
okay, what is it that I want to do? And what is that next step to getting to that, a new job or a new career? And I know that can sound really easy, but actually, just looking at, are there any volunteer positions, or even just
Mm,
updating my CV, or is there any in-house training I could do? There are actually so many options available, but when you are stuck
yeah.
in a job that you really hate, it's really difficult to see that.
I guess that's what we would call being stuck in your primitive brain.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
that
Yeah,
survival mode.
yeah, completely.
Whereas if you are more in control of um,
Mm,
the way you're thinking and how you're thinking, and you can spend more time in your intellectual part of the
yeah,
brain
yeah,
where you can think of new things. So if you're stuck
yeah.
in survival mode, you're not going to be able to think of those new
No.
things, are
And like
you?
you say, people have got bills to pay. So,
Yeah,
they are going to be stuck in that survival mode if they know that actually I've got to stay in the job because, I've got to pay the rent, I've got to pay the
yeah,
mortgage, whatever it is. And so that primitive brain is going to be alert because
yeah,
it senses danger. It senses
yeah.
that actually if I lose this job, I can't pay those bills.
Once upon a time, Sarah, when
Yeah.
I worked in a, a very large company,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had a job that I did not like.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't rewarding for my soul, let's say.
Yeah.
So, on top of that role, I did a lot of what I loved within the business. So, I did my day job, but then I also did other things that brought me joy. So,
Okay.
focusing on well-being and wellness, and sort of building a more inclusive community.
Mm.
Now, I did that because I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
What
absolutely see you
actually
doing that.
ended up happening was my role, because I loved it and was passionate about it, it was really appreciated and valued by the team and the leadership team.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it led to a role using those skills and values. Now, if
Fantastic.
I hadn't have done all those things,
No.
no one would know. No one would think about, oh, actually, there's some value in having some well-being focus within the group.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, how
That's
amazing was that?
And that's so inspirational because you've put that all into gear, haven't you? You're the one that identified what you enjoyed, and you didn't even, it wasn't even like you were chasing that role. You were
Yeah,
literally just doing what
yeah,
you enjoyed doing and what
yeah,
you knew was benefiting not just you, but benefiting your team and ultimately benefiting the business as well.
yeah. So I think the message there is do more of what you love.
100%.
Yeah, whether
Absolutely.
it's at work, at home,
Mm,
you know.
yeah. Exactly. And then if you're doing that, you don't need this work-life balance because actually everything will just you'll
Yeah,
feel content, you're going to feel fulfilled, you're going to feel happy, motivated, whether you're at home or whether you're at work.
yeah.
Yeah.
Living
That's the
life.
dream. That's the dream,
That's the
Rachel.
dream,
It's
baby.
not the balance. That's the
Yeah.
full dream.
Oh, yeah. The work-life dream.
Love it. That should be our
My life is
slogan.
a dream.
That should be our slogan.
Maybe.